Have you ever looked at the American flag and wondered about its story? It's more than just stars and stripes. It's a living symbol of a nation's journey, a story woven into fabric. Let's travel back in time to uncover the rich history of Old Glory. Before the United States was even a country, the American colonies flew a wild variety of flags. There were British banners, unique local symbols, and bold revolutionary designs. One of the earliest, the Grand Union flag, might look familiar. It had the 13 red and white stripes we know today, but in the top left corner, instead of stars, it featured the British Union Jack. This flag represented the colony's dual identity, still part of the British Empire, but with a growing sense of unity and rebellion. It was a flag of transition flown during the early days of the Revolutionary War, signaling a change on the horizon. Then came a pivotal moment. On June 14, 1777, the Continental Congress passed the first Flag Act. It was a simple but powerful declaration, resolved that the flag of the 13 United States be 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation, a new nation, a new constellation in the sky. Those 13 stars and stripes proudly stood for the original 13 colonies that had declared their independence from Britain a year earlier, who created this first iconic design. Legend points to Betsy Ross, a Philadelphia seamstress. The story goes that George Washington himself visited her upholstery shop and commissioned the very first flag. While it's a beloved American tale, historians today still debate whether it truly happened. There's little concrete evidence to support the story, and other individuals, like Francis Hopkinson, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, also claimed credit for the design. Regardless of who precisely stitched it, the flag was born, a powerful symbol of a fledgling republic fighting for its freedom. But the flag's design wasn't meant to be static. It was designed to grow with the nation. As the United States expanded westward, new states were carved out of the vast territory. Each time a new state joined the Union, a new star was added to the flag. Think about that. The flag itself is a map of America's growth. In 1795, after Vermont and Kentucky joined, the flag was updated to 15 stars and 15 stripes. For a time, it seemed like a new stripe would be added for every new state, but that quickly became impractical. Can you imagine a flag with 50 stripes? So in 1818, Congress passed a new flag act that returned the number of stripes to the original 13, honoring the first colonies, and established the rule that a new star would be added for each new state. On the 4th of July following its admission, from 15 stars, the flag grew to 20, then 24, 30, and on and on. Each new star represented a new chapter in the American story. The design we recognize today, with 50 stars arranged in neat rows, was officially adopted on July 4, 1960, a year after Alaska and Hawaii became the 49th and 50th states. A high school student, Robert G. Heft, actually designed this 50-star version for a class project, and it was his design that was ultimately chosen by President Eisenhower. Every element of the flag is steeped in meaning. The colors weren't chosen by chance. The red symbolizes valor and bravery, a tribute to the bloodshed for freedom. The white represents purity and innocence, the ideals upon which the nation was founded. And the blue, the background for our constellation of stars, stands for vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Together, they create a visual representation of America's core values. Throughout its history, the flag has been a silent witness to the nation's greatest triumphs and its most profound tragedies. It was raised by Marines on the volcanic ash of Iwo Jima during World War II, a moment of incredible courage immortalized in a famous photograph. It was planted on the surface of the moon by Apollo 11 astronauts. A symbol of human ingenuity and exploration carried to another world, and it is carefully draped over the caskets of fallen soldiers. A final, solemn honor for those who made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. It flew over Fort McHenry during a British bombardment in 1814, inspiring Francis Scott Key to write the poem that would become the national anthem, The Star-Spangled Banner. Today, the Stars and Stripes is one of the most recognized symbols on the planet. It represents not just a government or a piece of land, but an idea, the enduring and often difficult pursuit of liberty, democracy, and unity. When Americans stand and place a hand over their heart for the flag, they are remembering this long, complex, and incredible journey. They remember the path from 13 colonies to a nation of 50 states, from a revolutionary banner to a symbol of freedom recognized worldwide. So the next time you see the flag waving in the breeze, take a moment. See the history in its stripes and the story of a nation in its stars. The history of the US flag is truly the history of America itself, always changing, always striving, and a constant reminder of the ideals it represents. Thanks so much for joining me on this historical journey. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.